with fire in my bones, raging higher, I'm ascending to the throne. I'm in your head now, making you sweat, seeing red now, yeah, I'm a threat, counting rings now, cause I'm a king, ain't nobody gonna mess with me. Among the greats now, embrace my fate now. This is my time, this is my place. We're making history and this is how it's made. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! I'm a champion, I got thunder in my bones. I got the crown and I ain't ever letting go. I'm coming for you, there's no escape. Gonna flow, you make no mistake. All eyes on me now, come here the king. Dynamite, let's ignite this thing. Let's go! Among the greats now, embrace my fate now. This is my time, this is my place. We're making history and this is how it's made. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! This is my time, this is my place in the limelight, cause this is my fate. Every hand that's held me up, every fan that's kept their faith. I'm here to show the world that this was no mistake. We're making...
All right, hello, hello, hello. Good morning. I don't think there's anyone watching, so I'm talking to myself, which I don't mind doing. So I'm going to thumb around a little bit, try and go to screen share. Okay, and if I go to here, okay, perfect. So let's go. I'll put it back on State of the Diamond, and I'm going to get the release calendar pulled up. So that's what we're going to go through first. Google. We're gonna go to Google. What's up, guys? If you do pop in, give us a shout. Say what's up. Oh, no one's bought my spot. Norm, we've had the State of the Diamond up for a while. I'm surprised you guys haven't. Surprised you guys haven't been in here commenting yet. Do, 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 do. All right, we're gonna get the chat pulled up here. if you are watching, we do the State of the Diamond address. It's really for you guys to ask questions. We will also kind of talk about certain things that are happening in the hobby, things that are happening that correlate with our business. Give you guys up to date, information about us and what we're doing and what we're hoping to do in the future. Docta 76, what's going on? I'm not familiar with your screen name, so I'm not. Do you know who I am, by chance? A couple more things that we're going to do on today's State of the Diamond address is we are going to go through the new release schedule and some of the kind of upcoming products that we're looking forward to. Things that I like, things that you guys might like. We'll kind of talk about a lot of that stuff. April is going to be a pretty big month. Happy Monday. Happy Monday to you as well. All right. Oh yeah, there's some really good ones coming up. Really nice products coming out soon. Obviously, these sports release calendars also are not necessarily, ironclad. This is the exact release date, because a lot of times we're familiar with them putting out a new product, kind of at a 2-week or 3-week notice. We're also familiar with them like, hey, this is going to release Wednesday, ends up coming out the next week or on a Friday or something like that. So we've had a few pretty fun releases already this month. All right. All right. So your first name is Jason, right? And you guys kind of do a mixture of Pokemon as well, if I'm thinking correctly. I'm going to grab my drink real quick and then we'll start kind of getting into things. All right. Well, welcome in. All right, so first things first, we're going to kind of run through the new product release. So, for March, this just came out already. This is Skybox EX 2000. It's hockey. The reason why I like this product is because it's a throwback to the original Skybox EX 2000. Hockey has not had this before. They never made an EX 2000 for hockey. That's what makes it so cool. If you go back in history and you look at some of the most valuable cards of all time, you're going to find a host of cards, basketball cards primarily, from the EX 2000 set. Kobe's, Jordans, Iversons, all of those guys. It's known for the essential credentials, which is what you're looking at right here. The one-of-ones are massive, but usually it's a jersey. They used to do the essential credentials. They obviously didn't do it for this, but back in the day, they would do it to their jersey number. Okay. So if the player like Allen Iverson had jersey number of 3, he had an essential credential that was just numbered to 3. There's only 3 copies in existence. One of those cards wound up at the Toronto Sports Card Show. The person that had it found it in their collection, brought it there, sold that card at the show for I think around $20,000 to a vendor. That vendor ended up turning around and selling that card for over 6 figures. So it's a pretty well documented thing. If you're interested in that, you could probably look up the Essential Credentials Iverson Toronto, and you could probably find an article or 2 on that. It's definitely a pretty cool and interesting read. But yeah, so EX2000, this is out. We're doing breaks of this right now. I think it's, you can see like the net assets, the exceptionals. Those are really cool. Lots of really cool inserts in that product. So that's one of the new products that has just recently come out. Court Kings basketball, we've been ripping. Oops, did I go back into the EX? I did. So Court Kings basketball, we've been ripping Court Kings now for a while. So we've been ripping Court Kings now for a little bit. We should be getting more Court Kings in. And like you can see kind of what the design. I've always thought of Court Kings as being more artistic, having splashes of color. There's some canvas style cards. The cards feel really nice, like in person. This is a Lesinque Puy Belle. That's basically an artistic gold frame. They have auto and non-auto versions of that card. Obviously, Court Kings has the patch cards. The Aurora is another case hit. Paint by numbers they've had, which is kind of cool. Blank slate, so they put blank slate in Court Kings. They have the shoe, so it kind of does it's like the lesser version of a sneaker spotlight from Noir. And then Artistry in Motion. I just think that's a really neat, interesting looking card that they did. So there's some pretty cool stuff in Court Kings. It's always a good seller. One of the drawbacks to Court Kings is it's typically 1 autograph per box, and it's only like 5 or 6 cards. Usually when they do for rookies, they have tiers. So they have tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, and then I think tier 5, if I'm not mistaken. And those tier 5, tier 4 rookies of the big name guys always seem to be like really good cards long term. So if you haven't gotten into a Court Kings break and we end up posting some more, I would hope that you would give it a second look because it's actually a really beautiful product. All right, let's move on here. So we have Upper Deck Premier Hockey. It's probably one of the most popular hockey products of the year every single year. What do you guys think about the card design? If there's anyone that's watching, I like this. I think it looks really, really nice. I've always been a fan of Premier. The card stock that they use is nice. The finish on the fronts of the cards, it always has a really nice, like kind of glossy finish. They always have nice chunky patches in there when they do their patch autos. The name speaks for itself. When you think Premier, you think of Premier Hockey. Outside of Premier, the next level up is really the Cup. So this is kind of one of the things that's going to be coming out soon. This is going to be 23-24 Premier. So Connor Bedard rookie. going to be extremely fun to do some breaks of this. It's kind of funny, like, we're still opening up Bedard rookie product because, Upper Deck hasn't been able to push their products out quick enough. But I do think that, like, everyone as a collector is going to kind of benefit because realistically, think if Premier came out during Bedard's rookie season. I do believe that they are game used. Let's see here. I'm reading a little bit here. So I'm not 100%. That's a very good question. I feel like in years past, that Premier has been predominantly game used patches because they do some of their. Of course, it doesn't say on the actual checklist whether or not they are. It doesn't say on here, but I feel like in years past, Premier has been predominantly game used patches. A lot of their other products, they'll have the manufactured patches inserted. So it's possible that there are some non-game used patches. Hey, what's up? What's up, Jason? Yeah, so I think that they use U.S. printers. I guess I'm not 100% sure, but they used to use the same printers as Topps and Panini. And then what happened was, Topps kind of took over the market, and they bought the printing companies. And then they kind of said, Panini and Upper Deck, go figure it out. So to my knowledge, Upper Deck does their printing in the United States. I don't think we'll have to worry about tariffs affecting the card prices. So that's a plus. A lot of Topps product gets printed here in Minnesota, actually. Little did you guys know. But there's a lot of Topps product that gets printed actually here in Minnesota. But, when I think of Premier, I think of like really high-end hockey, and I'm getting back to my point of, this is looking like it's going to be around $250 a box price point. If this came out during Bedard's rookie year, I'm not kidding, guys. I think this would have been $500 to $600 a box. If Premier would have came out during Bedard's rookie year with the hype that was built around Connor, I think this would have been a $500 to $600 box of cards. So we do kind of benefit a little bit from it coming out a little bit late. Going to save people quite a bit of money, which is a plus. Docta, it's definitely possible. We've seen the cost, wholesale from some of these manufacturers increase. So, like, our margins have definitely shrunk in the last, 2 years. I don't think that's because their cost went up. Predominantly, I think it's just because they're trying to take back a little bit of the margin for them to have corporate profits. So let's move on to the next product. All right. So we have some really fun ones coming up. We have Origins Basketball, Zenith Football, and Select Baseball. Select Baseball is going to be prospects and veterans. I don't think that they're going to have too many active players. So you're going to see guys like Skeens and Merrill because they had the license for those guys. This will probably be one of the last Panini products that's going to have them in it. But you're going to see, Willie Mays and Legends and stuff like that. And then you're going to see up-and-coming guys. Oh, they do have Gunnar Henderson in here. So he might have still been on their prospect list for this product. It's pretty fun. Color wheel, that's going to be one of the case hits. And then you're obviously going to be looking for, zebras, tie-dyes. Select's going to be a cheap price point to get into. It's unlicensed, but I think everyone really likes Select as a product line. So should be an easy seller. I would imagine if you want to get your hands on a box of Select, you're going to have to be pretty quick here. It's going to go fast. Let's go to Origins Basketball. I'm wondering if they have the eyes cards. Let's look. Let's scroll down here and see. Wow, the design is gorgeous. It always is, though. They have Logo Man in here. There it is. This is what I was curious about. Check that out. The Black Mamba. The White Tiger. So, looks like we're going to have... So, H2 will switch from tigers to reptiles with black snake eyes and white snake eyes. So, not only do they have the short print tiger eyes, so the tiger eyes are going to return, but they're going to have saber-tooth tiger eyes and white tiger eyes. And then the H2 version is going to have the black snake eyes and white snake eyes and reptiles. So you can't sleep on Origins H2 this year, apparently, because how nasty is that card of Luka? Wow! Panini does make some really, really cool products. I love Topps products, but man, Panini does make some really cool products. So what to expect? You're going to see 2 autograph or mem cards total, 1 insert, 2 parallels, 2 base cards. Pretty standard for Origins. This is one of the first products that we ripped when we first started doing breaks. It's like one of the very first products I was ripping when we started breaking in 2019. Check this stuff out, though. I love the design, the Constellation signatures. That's really sick. That is really sick. Dual autographs. Pretty cool design there. Elevation, showing the mountaintops, etc. Patch autos. And then this is going to be a black and white and amethyst. Look at those. So the card design looks phenomenal with Origins. Looking forward to doing that product. Zenith Football, pretty standard. It's similar to Origins in the fact that it's just not a ton of cards. Kind of a classic design. It kind of I don't know if if you know what Absolute Football looks like. I always felt like the patch autos and autographs in Zenith were kind of mirrored that. They put veteran optic tickets in here, which is cool. But yeah, it just feels nostalgic. Zenith has always, to me, felt nostalgic. You're going to get 1 patch autograph, 1 regular autograph, 2 inserts in a box. That's it. So not a lot of cards, but you're going to get a couple autographs, and one of them is going to be a patch auto. I would expect the price point to be pretty decent on that one. So we're going to skip Heritage High Number because I think everyone here knows Heritage by now. Encore Football. This is a brand new release that Panini's putting out that they haven't done in years past. And look at, it's going after the old Pinnacle design. So some of you older collectors that are out there are going to be familiar with Pacific. You're going to be familiar with Pinnacle. You're going to be familiar with some of these card designs. And then they're doing the showcase, which I really like this. I like the clean black and gray photography. Like, that's nice. So you're going to get 10 packs per box, 6 cards a pack. So 60 cards in a box. The set is small. Thank you, Panini. 200 card set, which is nice. You're going to get an autograph, a mem card, 10 inserts, 4 parallels. So I would have liked to have seen them add in an extra auto in this. But, you know, I do like the design. I think this will be a fun rip. I'm assuming the price point is going to be pretty decent on it. It's not going to be an expensive box by any means. I would look for between like $200 to $300 probably for that one. Topps Inception Football. So this is another one that's on the horizon. We obviously love Inception here. It's one of our best sellers for baseball. Look at the design. Nice, colorful splashes of color. Hopefully their patches are better than these two napkins that they have showing, because we've gotten really familiar with Inception having some fantastic patch cards. Dawn of Greatness, that's going to be fun. So within an Inception case, you know, we used to see these Dawn of Greatness, like kind of view them almost as like a case hit. I'm assuming they're going to be a little more prevalent in this product because we're going to have quite a bit of vets. 2 autographs, 1 mem, 2 parallels, 2 base cards. Boxes per case are going to be 8 boxes in a case. They don't have the set size released yet. They probably don't have a full checklist released yet. But here's some of the card design. This launch card is really cool looking. Let me scroll up a little bit. It's kind of like, look at the clouds. You have the spaceships going off. It's pretty cool. I think we all can agree that Inception just looks great. So it's going to be exciting to have another football release where we can chase these rookie quarterback autos. So I'm not going to go through all of these, but in April, early April, so a few weeks out, we're going to have Optic Football. That's a huge release. We're going to have Optic Basketball. I want to touch on Optic Basketball real quick because, let's see here. Check this out. How sick is that card? For whatever reason, it gives me the vibe of like, Bob Ross. Like just this Ant card. This is the only one I've gotten to see. Obviously, there's going to be a whole host of stuff for the Alter Ego set. We saw Alter Egos last year. Like, you know, Steph Curry was in a kitchen. Chef Curry. They had some pretty good artistic designs for them. But here's what I wanted to read to you guys. Of course, there are some rare chase sets as well, including Slammy, okay, and Alter Ego. So those were like the 2 new case hits that they added to Optic last year. Awesome that they are putting stuff in there to get us more value back, right? Because you want to see the value come back to the customer, which plays off of players' nicknames. Panini's popular downtown cards appear here as well, although they're exclusive to Hobby. For how long have we had downtowns be maybe a case hit, maybe, for basketball in Panini 1-in-1? Guys, they have switched it up. They're putting downtowns in Optic Basketball this year. Expect Optic Basketball to go absolutely bonkers. This is, to me, this might be the basketball release of the year. This could be the best basketball release of the year. You heard it here first. So I wanted to share this with you guys because I think not a lot of people knew that downtowns were going to Optic in basketball. So I think that's going to be a great one. All right. I am going to kind of turn things over to you guys. Like, do you guys have any questions for me? We kind of ran through a checklist. Not a lot of comments in the I thank you Jason for commenting. But if any of you guys have any questions for me, I'd love to hear it. We went through some of the products that are out now and some of the stuff that's coming up, which is exciting. Not a lot of baseball on the horizon. We're going to have Heritage High Number coming out. So we'll expect to see more baseball kind of rolling into towards the end of April and going forward. But we do have quite a bit of exciting basketball and football sets coming out. We're going to be seeing select football and select basketball in April as well. I didn't highlight those, but those are also coming out along with the 2 optic basketball and football optic. So it's going to be a really fun, really fun month of releases on the horizon. A couple things. So we have Fargo. Fargo is doing really well. Philly is doing really well. We're very excited with the customers that are starting to call that their LCS. Eagan, obviously, those of you that come into Eagan know that we're getting busier and busier here. So business wise, things are going really well for us. We had the Canterbury Park all Pokemon / TCG show recently. If you were not in attendance, you missed out. It was unbelievable. We had a massive crowd come in. It was a ton of buy, sell, trade, you name it. There was so much great product and cards and stuff in that room. It was a massive success. I think people are really looking forward to us putting on more shows like that. Also on the horizon is we have the big April card show. I'm actually going to go to let's actually go to the website and we'll All right. Oh, that show was bananas. It was unbelievable. We're going to go over here again to screen share. Oh, the screen looks really goofy. Okay, well, anyways, I'm going to have to talk to Isaac about this. This is the Minnesota Card Show that's coming up April 10th through the 13th. My favorite show of the entire year. Yes, I'm willing to say that. To me, it's better than National. Obviously, we put it on. And I say that it's better than National because it's in our backyard. I usually get a hotel downtown St. Paul. I get to hang out with a lot of the customers that support our business. Get to see all of my different vendor friends that travel in for the show. We throw a wonderful trade night at Barrel Theory, which is a friend of ours, brewery in downtown St. Paul. That's on Thursday night after the show, so from 8 p.m. to midnight. And then Friday and Saturday night, we do trade night down at the venue, which is pretty great. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on at the Minnesota Card Show. If you haven't been there, you really need to check it out. Let's see here. We also have this coming up. This is Hobby Clash. This is going to be in June, so it's going to be this summer. This is going to be more Pokemon, sports cards, collectibles, toys, Legos, video games. We're going to have a ton of different celebrity guests signing autographs from different, cartoons, Star Wars, voice actors, wrestlers, stuff like that. This is going to be a really fun show too that we want you guys to join us. If you've ever been to a con, most cons would charge you, $50 maybe a day to get in. We're planning on keeping the cost for the consumer to come into this show low. So you're going to kind of get a little bit of that con feeling. It's going to be really fun. I think you guys are going to love coming there. Yes, retro video games for sure, Casper. Jason, Pokemon Bubble, I don't think so. I think that we saw a heightened popularity because of Prismatic and running into Journey Together and then Destined Rivals. It will be interesting to see what follows that. So if they have a dud set to finish off the Scarlet Violet era, you will definitely see Pokemon slow down when the new era starts. It kind of follows this same landscape if you go back and look at the last 10 years of Pokemon. When a new era starts, the first few sets that they release are not very popular. It takes a while because they have to introduce new Pokemon. They have to build new games. They have to make adjustments to the card game. And what happens is it takes a minute for the collectors to understand that, hey, I actually like this card. I like this character. I like this. And a lot of that has to deal with the people that are still playing all the games and absorbing the content that Pokemon puts out. I couldn't sell a box of Scarlet Violet, Obsidian Flames, Paldea Evolved, Paradox Rift. I shouldn't say I couldn't sell. We were selling it. But that stuff was on our shelves for $109 a booster box. And it sat. It wasn't until, I would say, Twilight Masquerade was a little bit more popular. That was a little bit better. But, 151 coming out, that kind of got more people interested, but they weren't interested in the other stuff. They were really just interested in 151. And then, because those more OG collectors. Then when Surging Sparks came out and the Pikachu went nuts, that was when you started seeing the other sets start to creep up in value, and people started being like, hey, you know what? I like this card. I like that card. I'm going to collect this set. I'm going to buy these boxes. So it was pretty cool to see that. I knew a long time ago that all this Pokemon was going to go way up. I just thought it was going to take longer for it to do so. Jason, 100%. But you're going to see that come back down. You're not going to see Pokemon still ride this incredible wave. It goes in waves. If you remember, we had the same thing with Sword and Shield. The end of Sword and Shield was awesome. The box prices all went way up on Sword and Shield products. And then when Scarlet Violet came out, you saw everything take a dip. It's going to be the same thing when they have, I think, the next sets A to Z. So when A to Z comes out, you're going to see a very similar thing that's going to happen. That's going to be similar to the way Scarlet and Violet started. It takes a minute for people to kind of understand what they're buying. So those are some of the things that are coming up. Let's see. TCG show was March 1st. We are going to be doing another TCG show. Monthly shows. We haven't updated that, but we will be having more monthly shows coming out. So if you haven't been to the website now, it looks good. This is a kind of a big announcement. So we have Bo Jackson coming. We have Chuck Knobloch. We have Pat Mahomes Sr. Pat Mahomes Sr. was just on TMZ. Jay Goud, who is the voice actor for Mewtwo. And then Daniel Logan, who played Boba Fett in Attack of the Clones. And he's done quite a bit of stuff for Disney, in their animated series, etc. Jason, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You just have to learn that you can never get upset about taking a profit. So if you sell something and you made a profit on it and it goes up in value, don't be discouraged. Take that profit and figure out a way to turn that into more money if that's what your mission is with collecting. I do a little bit of both. I collect personally things that I like, that I want to keep forever, or that I think will gain a lot of value over time, and that my son will then be able to, maybe we sell it when he gets older and it's like, hey, let's use this money to, put a down payment on a house for you, or let's go take a 3-month vacation across Europe, let's do something really, really cool with this thing that we've collected together. And so I look at a lot of the collecting like that, I want to use that money, it's generated off of it long term for something that's really, really special. So I think sports card collecting, Pokemon collecting, one of the best things that we can do as a parent is to get your kid into it. And the reason I say this is because it teaches them how to value something. It teaches them that taking care of something can increase value, and that if you don't take care of your stuff, it will be worthless, right? If you have a card and you ding up all the corners, that card's going to go down in value. That's not just teaching them about taking care of a card. That's teaching them about taking care of their life, right? If they can translate that into, I need to take care of my body, I need to take care of my house, I need to take care of my schoolwork, I need to take care of all these things, because if I do all these things, I am more valuable than if I don't. So I think sports card and Pokemon collecting kind of teaches a lot of those big core values. It makes kids be more, how do I say it, social. Teaches them how to bargain, teaches them how to interact with people, to negotiate and do deals. There's not a lot of hobbies that you can have nowadays where you're literally can run it as a business. Like some of these original kids that were coming into our store when we first opened, they didn't have, they maybe had $25, $30 worth of cards. I'll see them at the April card show. I'll be like, hey, what's up, Keegan? And Keegan will have a Zion case, and he'll be like, oh, not much. I'm like, what'd you pick up? And he'll be like, nothing really, just a Kobe auto. And I'm like, what? You started with $25. Now you're running around with a Zion case with $12,000 worth of cards in it. It's pretty darn cool to see the transition of these kids, learning how to manage, an asset. So, pretty special. Pretty special. Yeah, not a lot of questions for me today, which is totally fine. This will be in the carousel on the app. So, for those of you that are watching after the fact of us doing this, appreciate you guys coming in and watching the State of the Diamond. I would like to have a little bit more of a Q&A next time. So maybe we'll schedule it for later in the week, or maybe we could even do a special Saturday State of the Diamond where people, are kind of on their weekends, because that might be kind of fun. We could even do a late night one, a 6 to 7 Q&A, State of the Diamond. The goal behind doing these things really is to be more in touch with you guys, to get your feedback on things that you like, don't like. one of the things we didn't talk about today, we can talk about next time, is the Diamond Rewards. I'd really like to get more feedback from you guys as customers on the Diamond Rewards. I kind of have a vision in my head of what we're going to continue to do with it and how we're going to make that even better for you guys. So, we'll probably touch on that next time. But ultimately, like, I just really appreciate all of you guys. All of us do here at the TDS team. We appreciate all of our customers, those of you that participate in our chat, that come into our store and hang out with us. Like, it's really awesome. We're growing a community for sure. And, the success of the business is based off of our community that we have built. And that community is rock solid. So appreciate all you guys. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm sure that I'll be doing one of these in the next 2 weeks. We'll definitely get it on the dropping menu. That way you guys know, and you can hit the alert button if you want to pop in and chop it up with me. So that's the state of the diamond. Appreciate you guys.